I'm Wendy Bale, and here's my story of flying solo at Birdathon, a local fundraiser. For the past 5 years, I've joined a gathering of bird enthusiasts, novice and expert alike, to log as many species as we can on the first Saturday in May. Birdathon is my favorite day of the year. In this episode, I'll tell you a new twist for 2020. As in past years, this has to be done in one day, but I've got some additional ground rules in that I will be staying home and birding here. So let's see how well I do without the help of the Audubon Community Nature Center experts. I put a check mark by the studio robin as I rushed by to grab my gear and head on out to the new blind. First thing I hear, sandhill cranes. What an auspicious start for Sandhill Design Studios. There's a good variety of bird habitat, upland forest, our pond, farmlands, home to this guy who's keeping me on my side of the fence, a nice marsh, and plenty of evergreens. I'm not ashamed to go for the easy button. I chose to see who was at the bird feeders. Now that the rose-breasted grosbeaks are back, I'm going to be buying a lot of sunflower seed. The ground feeder, which ends up being mostly just a squirrel feeder, also has a stick that I put an orange on for the orioles. Also on the menu are some caterpillars that they're finding in the maple flowers and other shrubs. The purple finch was probably the most confusing of all the birds that I saw. It was very similar to the house finch, like this, that I had seen earlier in the year. I've seen the females around, but I wasn't sure because then there were these females, but that's that one's mate, or is it the juvenile? Are you confused yet? By midday, I went back to the pond, and the only thing going on was a little bit of catbird chatter, but mostly pretty quiet. I think the birds might have been taking a siesta. I had hoped to find some sleeping owls in here, but all I could find was a reminder that perhaps I should look for cowbirds. I couldn't believe I was able to sneak up on this beautiful ring-necked pheasant. I was also surprised I hadn't seen any warblers. It was getting late, and the only place I had left to look was the hickory grove. Looking down as I climbed the steep embankment, I saw a beautiful patch of trout lily, but looking up is what needs to happen now, because I am looking for warblers, and there they are, a whole flock of yellow-rumped warblers like this little guy that I photographed earlier. Now that put a smile on my face. The final tally was 36 species found on our 3 acres. Only time will tell what I will do with the photos and ideas and observations that I have come up with on this one wonderful day of Birdathon. I'm sure I would have gotten more than 36 species if I had had the experts here to help me, but I had a really fun time doing this by myself, and I really look forward to doing it with the team again next year. I'm Wendy Bale. I'm a visual artist in Western New York. You can find my work on Instagram, Facebook, and at wendybaleartfirst.com. And now, part of the International Online Art Collective.